What's up, Ranger Nation? It is your boy JB, and I am here today with Morphinominal Ranger Talk number 40. You guys, I meant to do a video last week, but it was just a lot going on, and I just said, forget it. So we're here this week with Morphinominal Ranger Talk. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and talk about what's going on in the world of Power Rangers. All right, you guys. So the first thing that I want to talk about is just an impromptu conversation about Kira Major. I didn't take any notes this week for Kira Major, so I can't really just talk in depth about the episode. So we're just gonna have just a regular talk about the episode, just a regular talk about the series overall, from what I'm feeling so far, because I'm one episode behind. So I know you guys are probably like, damn, JB, you always behind on the episode. It's just a lot going on. It's kind of difficult. It's just, I have a lot of other shows, you guys, that I watch working from home, and then it's just a lot, but we're almost there. I will say that I am, thoroughly enjoying the show. I'm looking at Kira Major, and I'm like, God, this would actually be a great adaptation to bring to the States. But, right now we don't know what's going on with Hasbro and Toei. We can only say that is speculation at this point, speculation. But, I think Kira Major would be a great adaptation to bring to the States. I really do. Looking at the mechas, the suits, everything, it's great. And, I have to say that with Kira Major, I am enjoying the storyline so much. Because I'm like I said, I'm enjoying the storyline. I'm enjoying this storyline between, with Takamichi, Mabushina, Garza. Like I'm loving this storyline. It's good. So I'm enjoying the season, absolutely immensely enjoying the season. And it's a big difference between how I felt last year about Ryu Soldier, because you guys remember last year with Ryu Soldier, I dropped that. It wasn't necessarily because of the show itself, it was just because of, it was a little bit about the show, but it was more so about getting the subs on time. But with Kira Major, even if I'm behind on the subs, I remember to say, hey, go back and watch Kira Major. So yeah, you guys, I'm thoroughly enjoying it. Absolutely enjoying Kira Major. So the goal for next week is to at least take some notes. Like I've been saying in previous, Morphinominal Ranger talks, when it comes to Kira Major, it's not going to be like a true review style for me. It's going to be more of a talking point for me. So I'll take down, things that I got from the episode, give you guys what I like, what I dislike, which is probably not going to be anything, and just have a conversation with you guys about the episode. So it won't be an actual review. It'll just be a conversation that we have with one another. So that is going to be it for this week's talk about Kira Major. So let's move into the stuff that I meant to talk about last week, but we didn't. So let's go ahead and talk about it. I guess the first thing that I want to talk about is the movie news. So there was some stuff that came out last week about the movie, and it came from the Illuminati. And I'm going to kind of read what this says. So it says, now we have Hasbro working to improve the 2017 release, because you guys remember the 2017 movie didn't do well in the box office, although I owned it. I went to the theaters and watched it. I bought the DVD, bought the Blu-ray and everything. It still didn't do enough for it to get a sequel. So, the Illuminati says that they have reported in the movie, they have reported that the movie will be in the same continuity of the 28 years of Power Rangers and the worlds that they have made. The movie will introduce characters that not only will have types of powers, colors, and Zords, but will also be time traveling to the 90s. So far, it may sound like Hasbro is trying to give Power Rangers a Back to the Future motif for its film, but that might not be the case. Fans and readers will recall that the two Power Ranger comics, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and Go-Go Power Rangers had a comic event known as Shattered Grid. The plot was a version of Tommy Oliver, who was recruited as the Green Ranger by Rita, continued onward as a warrior of evil and causing chaos among many worlds. He had been defeated and the worlds that suffered had to be repaired. A spin-off of the event Beyond the Grid features Rangers from various seasons such as Zeo, Dino Charge, etc. The Rangers travel together to find a way to get back to their homes and meet a new person who gives their powers a new power source, and they become Solar Rangers who take on a new evil that is still out there. Sounds familiar? This storyline does sound awfully close to the potential plot of Hasbro's movie. This would be a great way to not only use previous teams of Power Rangers that have aired over time, but also give way to new characters and situations that haven't been touched yet. The movie will be releasing different looks and Zords throughout the timeline. Major aspects of the Promethea or Solar Rangers. Each Ranger in Beyond the Grid had their own Zord from their series. Seeing those Zords once again reimagined and on the big screen makes fans of the series who may not remember Mighty Morphin Power Rangers as much as they remember a series they first watched, like Power Rangers Dino Thunder or Power Rangers Super Samurai. Okay, that was a mouthful. So, what do you guys think about that? Like, let me know in the comment section. When it comes to the movie, I think the thing that I would say is, yes, we know that it's going to take place within the 28-year continuity of the television show. That's cool. And I would love to see some cameos from past Rangers. That would be cool as well. The one thing that I don't want is for us to harpen on, because I feel like with with the movies of Power Rangers, most of them have been MMPR related, with the exception of Turbo, a Power Rangers movie, and that movie didn't do well at all. The only movie that I think that might have done slightly well with Power Rangers is Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie from 1995. So I'm cool. I don't know. I will say I don't know a whole lot about the Solar Rangers, so it would be interesting if Hasbro decides to go the route of maybe the comic books. I would be here for it, because then that would introduce me, someone who is not too familiar with the comics, to be, to learn about it. And then for them, and then at that point, it would be included in the show's continuity, which would be pretty cool. So I'm here for it. I am. I'm absolutely here for it. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. What do you guys want? Do you want it to kind of follow MNPR, or do you want it to follow another series within the show's continuity, or do you want it to be similar to the Solar Rangers? Leave your comments in the comment section below and we will discuss it going forward. Moving on. All right, guys, so I actually really meant to do this video last Saturday, but I was so freaking tired. So, because this last Saturday, I was postponing the video from Friday to Saturday because of San Diego Comic-Con and, Boom Studios having their panel, which was moderated by, Aaron Cahill, who plays Jen Scott. I know, Ryan Parrott was there, Dan Mora, Steve Cardenas, and a slew of other people were there. So they held the panel previewing what's to come in the future of its popular Power Rangers comic book series. And like I said before, the panel was hosted by Aaron Cahill, who starred as Jen in Power Rangers Time Force. So the panel included a dive into what comic book resources previously reported. Boom Studios is ending its two Power Rangers comics, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and Go-Go Power Rangers, to relaunch with two new titles, Mighty Morphin and Power Rangers. So the relaunch will also feature a seventh Ranger, a totally new Green Ranger whose identity is not currently known. They did say in that panel that it's not Tommy. And the wording was kind of interesting. It's they said the Green Ranger is who you would expect, but who you would least expect. I don't know who that is. I know that Adam from A Plus Opinions has his theory about someone named Matt. And you guys have to let me know who is Matt. I know he's from the comics, but you guys have to let me know who he is because I haven't read the comics yet. And then also they revealed, some stuff about the Time Force comic that's coming out with, Jen and dealing with Jen and Wes Sins of the Future. I think that's what it's called. So in this, they introduced a brand new Power Ranger, and her name is Chloe, and she is the Time Force Black Ranger. Now, Chloe has an issue with both Jen and Wes. Now, this one, you know what? I'm actually going to try to. I'm probably going to try to get my hands on that one because that would be an interesting one. I'm actually really 100% interested in this whole situation with Wes and Jen, because even with the television series, because I think these events in this comic book, correct me if I'm wrong, you guys, I think the events in this take place after Reinforcements from the Future Part 2 and Wild Force. Tell me in the comment section, you guys, if I'm correct about that. I think that I'm right. Or, because that's the last, well, that's not the last time we saw Wes. But that's the last time we saw Jen and Wes together, was Reinforcements from the Future. Because the last time we saw Wes was in Power Rangers Ninja Steel for the 25th anniversary episode. So yeah. Please let me know what you guys think about that in the comment section. Let's have a discussion. Tell me what you guys think about, tell me who you guys think the Green Ranger is in the comic books. Tell me if I'm right about the whole situation with Jen and Wes and Time Force Black Chloe. So let's move on to the last thing that I want to discuss in this week's Morphinominal Ranger Talk. All right, you guys, and then the last thing that I'm going to talk about is some Lightning Collection stuff. Now, the first thing that I'm going to talk about is the Yeah, I think that's what we'll talk about. So the first one I'm going to talk about is the Lightning Collection Drago Ranger. Is that what he's? The White Ranger from Dino Thunder, also known as Trent. Now, I don't necessarily know where that figure is, because when I was researching it, I couldn't find anything on it. I found some photos of it, but I couldn't find any information about it. The only thing that I found when I looked up the White Ranger from Dino Thunder was from the Legacy, from Bandai's Legacy collection. So I don't know too much about this one. Now, here's some stuff that I do know about. We have a Lord Draken, his final form. It says Lord Draken, I guess it's Evolution 3. It is the latest addition to the ever-expanding Lightning Collection, and it may be the best figure to date as reported by IGN. The package includes the Lord Draken Evo 3 figure with his helmet and civilian head. The figure also comes with his Saba staff, Saba sword, sorry you guys, a huge effects piece, a set of broken helmets to surround the figure. The figure itself looks great, it says. The paint details for the most part seem to be spot on to his look from the comics. And it says fans have pointed out a minor inconsistency with Saba's head being attached to the sword, even though it should technically be removed. That is just a minor nitpick in the grand scheme of things, however. I mean, us fans, we can nitpick things to death, because I know, so since I said I don't know a lot of information about the White Ranger from Dino Thunder Legacy Collection, I do know that people are complaining about the look of the helmet. And I'm like, well, I think it's something to do with the black. I didn't really take a look at it, so I can't say what the issue is, but I know people are upset about that. So yeah, if you want, because I know what's his name, Bruno and Mia, they do a fantastic job with their, when they have to paint stuff. Bruno and Mia, wow, I love what they do. And then the next figure from the Lightning Collection that I want to discuss is the Dino Charge Black Ranger, also known as Chase. So this figure is officially available now in its 6-inch scale glory, and it includes an alternate. Wow, it includes alternate hands, the Dino Blade Blaster. That's not what that thing was called, but okay. The Dino Saber and has blast effects, and a second head. So Dino Charge Black is now available exclusively at Target for $19.99. That's a decent price. That is a decent price. All right, you guys. So this is going to be a pretty short Morphinominal Ranger talk this week. All right, so let's wrap this up. So you guys, let me know, everything we talked about. I talked about Kira Major. I talked about the movie news. I talked about the comic books and the Lightning Collection. So in the comment section below, let me know your thoughts on everything that was discussed, from movie, comics, Kira Major, and Lightning Collection. But until then, Ranger Nation, I hope you guys stay safe out there. Take care of yourselves. Stay hydrated. And until the next one, I am morphing out, and I will see you guys later. Bye.